You're listening to Eagles post-game analysis here at the Philadelphia Sports Table Podcast Show. Blah, 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 blah. If you're on YouTube, you see Eric with double thumbs down. It's not double rainbows, folks. Double thumbs down. It sucks in the world of Philly sports right now. The Philadelphia Eagles losing Week 6 to the New York freaking Giants up in East Rutherford, New Jersey by a score of 34-17. I'm Jeff Warren. I'm here with my buddy Eric, better known as Boo, on YouTube here on the screen. And I'm going to be known as Shit Turd right here, as you can all see. What a fucking horrendous time in the world of Philly sports it has been for this past week. My gosh. God, the Eagles lose here. And yeah, let me put the little ticker on here. There we go. There we go. The Eagles lose by look at I can't even do that right now. Let's take that off and edit it because I put a period right in there between anyway. Folks, if you're just listening, head on over to YouTube, search us out. You can see our ugly face. Well, my ugly face. Eric's a model, but what a shitstorm here. Well, believe me, we're gonna get into the Phillies. So this game, this Eagles-Giants game sucked. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I thought it could be bad. We were texting with one of our buddies today, asked, what percentage chance would you give the Eagles to win? And I was like 75. And he was like, really? Do you think 25% chance for the Giants to win? I'm like, yeah. Why? Because this team just doesn't have it put together after 6 weeks of play at this point. But first and foremost, let's go through the injuries. Jalen Carter inactive, Landon Dickerson inactive. Quinyon Mitchell went out in the second quarter with a hamstring injury. Reed Blankenship went out in the third quarter, but he did eventually come back in. We're getting into our themes, and then, as you know, we do our grades. But here, Eric, why don't we do this? Because I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not sure if we do the grades. F for everybody. F for every unit. I do not care that Dallas Goedert was targeted 11 times, came down with 9 balls for 110 yards and a touchdown. I don't care that A.J. Brown had 80 yards. I don't care that Devontae Smith had 49 yards. I don't care that the wide receivers generally did what they were supposed to do. It's an F for everybody. We're going to get to the offense, defense, special teams, the coaching, just by unit. It's an F for everybody. I don't even want to do the grades at the end.
There's no reason. I mean, I was questionable with this game too. I was hesitant. I definitely didn't gamble on it because I was like, "Oh man, we're in New York." They blew that game against the Broncos. Yeah. It's all F's around because, man, a couple thoughts. Like, are the Giants good? I don't know because the Eagles were so bad today.
Yeah.
So the Giants could be legit. I'm not sure. I know they had injuries on the defense. Landon Dickerson was out on the offensive line, but like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
with this
Giants had injuries too. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
That's reality. Yeah. The Giants have injuries too. Look, what was supposed to be a get right game for this Eagles team turned out to be a get wrong game. Just one of the most embarrassing Eagles losses in quite some time. Bad defense, bad offense, bad special teams. There were turnovers, totally embarrassing. And just an ongoing theme week after week is the fact that the Eagles are having trouble running the football. Yeah. What we saw last year. Saquon Barkley had 2 rushes totaling 31 yards right out of the gate. And I'm thinking, my gosh, offensive or the rushing attack and the offensive line really getting it together. But no, offensive line couldn't open up many gaps for him after that. Check this out. Okay. I just want to mention this. Okay. Did some breakdown of some things with regard to this particular second half in this game. And then I went back over the course of the Eagles' second half drives from this week and last week as well. Eagles' second half drives, 3 plays for 4 yards. Then they punted. 4 plays for 8 yards. Then they punted. 3 plays for 8 yards. Then they punted. Then the Jalen Hurts interception. Then we had the fumble by A.J. Dillon. Offense is just hopelessly inept at times. And don't worry, folks, we're going to get to the defense in a little bit. we're going to get there too. But over the past 2 halves, the second halves, 16 total drives. Check this out. 16 total drives. There's been 1 fumble, 1 interception, 3 punts, 2 touchdowns, 9 3-and-outs. That's what this inept offense has been producing. Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? I don't think it's anybody who's won for. There's no silver bullet with this. There's not one individual. There's not one unit where it's the fault of somebody. We're seeing it's Jalen Hurts' fault. He's missing wide open receivers. We're seeing an offensive line that just isn't able to open the gaps. Jordan Mailata is not really having a great past few weeks here, to be honest. And yet, O'Brien Banks is a very, very good pass rusher. But still, Jordan Mailata is supposed to be Jordan Mailata. Lane Johnson's supposed to be Lane Johnson. They're getting bull rushed. They're getting bullied. The defense is getting bullied too. It's just the offense. I think it's Kevin Patullo. I think it is everybody. Everybody is not able to get out of their own ways. They will have some really good drives, and then they just suck it up, and they turd it up, just like what my name is right here.
No, the offensive line is definitely not what it was last year or the past few years. That's very obvious. I mean, I like that Barkley had those first few runs in the beginning, but like everything just kind of cratered and slowed down after that first quarter.
And there was no fire. There was no fire at all with this.
Zero. Yeah. And I hate to like this is the worst part about the Eagles right now is like they're boring to watch.
Yeah.
Like for a team that 8 months ago destroyed the Chiefs on national TV in the Super Bowl, like they're just not explosive at all.
Yeah.
And I can only watch so I know like the national thing is like the tush push is so boring. Guess what? I'm a fan. I can't stand anymore. They did like what 4 straight times tonight.
Did it 4 straight times. I think they were making up for last week because last week they actually didn't run it last week because they did the fake. They did the fake handoff to Saquon Barkley that scored that touchdown. But yeah, 4 times in a row today.
Yeah, and but the one play that really jumps out to me offensively, and I think it's kind of a microcosm so far of the offense is when Jalen Hurts threw that awful interception in the third quarter or fourth quarter. I can't remember now.
Yeah.
I watched the Phillies game for the first half, so I'm a little lost on the quarters right now. So
I'm lost with everything in Philly sports right now because that freaking game, holy crap. Anyway,
but that interception was like he was forcing it. Like I could tell he was forcing it because the offense wasn't doing anything. It was kind of stagnant. So he was like, I got to make a play, and he threw a terrible interception. And as he threw it, and the guy was running it back, I was just like, that's the kind of interception that Jackson Dart should throw against defense. Like I know they had injuries, but like the Giants aren't. I know I said earlier, are they good? Like they're not good. Like I've watched them this year. Like maybe with Jackson Dart they're better, but but that interception to me was like, God damn! Like they're putting the offensive coordinators putting Hurts in situations where he has to force plays.
Yeah,
and that's not when he's good. Like that's when he sucks. Is when he has to like make a play. When it's not there, that's when he's gotten himself in trouble. That was an interception for like a second year Hurts where you're like, what are we doing? Like that's an awful pass. And that I mean, that really turned the whole game around pretty much.
Yeah.
Like still kind of in it. But man, the fact that they're boring to watch is really, really like disheartening. Like I don't like the Phillies were exciting tonight. I know they lost, but like, watching the Eagles is a grind almost all year long. Like we can go through the games now and see what their record probably should be, right? Like Rams game, the Bucks game, but tonight was like, oh my God, this is I'm in quicksand watching this team play offense.
Yeah, and you know where that breakdown actually does end up happening for us, where it's a slog, where that breakdown is actually happening. It's actually happening on second down. Eagles have not been good on second down, consistently either losing yardage or not gaining any on second down. So it's a constant third and long. But here's another aspect of it, specifically with this game, and we've seen it in previous games as well. Third down efficiency. You're talking about these games just being boring. They're not going to be boring if the Eagles are going to convert on third down, keep drives alive, right? The Eagles were 1 of 9 tonight on third down. New York Giants, They look pretty exciting tonight. They were 11 of 16 on third downs. Like that's where it's happening. That's really where the crux of what you're talking about, being bored watching this team. And you're absolutely correct. It is a grind to watch them.
Yep.
That's where it's actually happening.
And then the word slog is perfect, because that I can't stand when they kind of find their identity in a game. Like they did, like Barkley was running the ball well, and they honed in on him, and they should have like spread the offense out passing wise. And it did for Goddard. Like he scored that touchdown. He looked great tonight. But then it just kind of died.
Yeah.
And you can only like one Poo-Poo Holes has to be one of the main guys to blame at this point.
Yeah.
Because but at the same time, like I think it puts a lot of pressure on Hurts to make plays, and then he fucks up like he did, and it just turns the game on a dime.
Yeah.
And like they basically just handed the game to the Giants, but the Giants kind of deserved it because they played really well, even with the injuries. And this is a terrible post game, Jeff.
Yeah, it is. Well, they did. They played well. Look, when they're running all over this Eagles team, I can't remember the last time the Eagles gave up 172 yards rushing. I can't remember the last time the Eagles gave up 98 yards to a running back, and a rookie running back at that, giving up 5.2 yards per carry. That's what Cam Scatteraboo had in this game. 19 carries, 98 yards. 5.2 yards per carry and 3 freaking touchdowns. I cannot remember the last time that happened. And I guess it's a good segue for us to go over to the defense, but let's really first, we're just going to take a quick break here. I'm not even going to put up the like and subscribe thing. Forget it, folks. I'm not even going to do it. Not going to do it. So we're going to take a break, and when we get
back, taking a break? Why?
Yeah, we're going to take a break. I got to put the ads in here. I got to put the ads in here. Got to take a break. We're going to talk about the shitty defense when we get back. Hold on, folks. All right, we're back to talk about the shitty defense now.
Whatever we just advertised, please buy it.
I know. I'm not even sure what it's going to be, because the company, our hosting company, puts that stuff in there for us. So no idea. Look, this is the theme with regard to the defense. Yes, they sucked tonight. Right before going to break, said I can't remember the last time the Philadelphia Eagles defense allowed 172 yards rushing. But here's where we're at, I think, week 6 here. This Eagles defense, the pass rush specifically, seemed to be reverting back to what we saw in weeks, 2, 3, and 4. Last week was one of their best weeks, but they're just not able to get pressure on the quarterback in the passing game, just letting them escape from the pocket. The defensive front just cannot get home. Hardly any I think there were 2 sacks in this game total, 3 quarterback hits. And it's not just in this game what we're seeing here. We are not seeing the development that needed to happen with the majority of these players after losing Josh Sweat, after losing Milton Williams, Brandon Graham retiring. You lose those 3 from last season. There's a lot of energy there with those guys. There's a lot of leadership as well, because those guys were veterans. I mean, BG, of course, being the veteran of that group that's no longer here. There's been no development from Jalix Hunt. Mora Ojomo, we thought he was going to be a force coming in. He hasn't been the next Milton Williams like some thought would happen. Byron Jones hasn't been impactful. Josh Uche and Patrick Johnson, even though he had a sack tonight, oh well, you've done absolutely nothing up until that sack with your career. This Eagles defensive front, they have not been developing the way that they've needed to because of the guys that they lost. That's a huge theme in this game that I'm seeing, and a huge theme for this defense in general, Eric.
2 thoughts from your last comment. The names you reeled off are like ham and egger names. Patrick Johnson, like Byron Young.
Yes.
It's just not great. It's kind of disheartening when your top 2 tacklers or top 3 are Reap, Blankenship, Makuba, and Jackson. Dory Jackson, who are all in the secondary, by the way. So the ball's in the second part of the field when the tackles are being made. Thank God for Jordan Davis. He's probably their MVP this year. He was the only guy that had pressure up the middle and stopped the run a little bit. They have absolutely no pressure and no defensive ends right now. I mean,
It sucks not having Nolan Smith. Yes.
Yeah, Nolan Smith going out is disastrous. Jihad Campbell, thank God he played tonight. He had 7 tackles, but they didn't replace those guys. And we kind of played it off in the preseason talk, and even earlier this year we talked about like, oh, they'll figure it out, right? Like Fangio will figure it, but no, he's not actually.
Yeah.
And tonight was a huge red light that they have nothing at defensive end. There's just no pressure on the quarterback. Like, is it Jackson? This is what Jackson Dart's second start.
Third. This was his third. Yeah.
And he wasn't flustered, wasn't bothered at all.
He looked invincible.
Like,
yeah, he did. But this one, I was like, is this Vic Fangio, or is this a roster that just doesn't have a lot of talent? Some of that talent, yes, being injured, but is this a result of Vic Fangio's coaching, or is it just the fact that, like I mentioned, these guys not developing? And then you have the secondary, which, oh my gosh, you lose Quinyon Mitchell and you're like, holy freaking crap. Like Keely Ringo is horrendous.
He sucks.
Oh my gosh, he's horrible. And then he gets benched, but then he has to come right back in because of Quinyon Mitchell going out. And then we see Adoree Jackson out there as well. Hell, I even saw Cooper DeJean having to move to the outside on some plays as well. There looked to be like some confusion as well from Ringo and Adoree Jackson from time to time as well. It's just, I'm not going to blame the injuries. I'm not going to blame the injuries, but they're part of this equation. They're part of the equation, the injuries of why.
Do you know who gets an A for this game? Quinyon Mitchell, because as soon as he went out, we were cooked. I mean, was it Adoree? No, who was it? It was Ringo had that PI in the third or fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, well, he had a couple. Few
against PIs. The 4th string wide receiver for the Giants.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like,
yeah, I know. Yeah,
I mean, he full on laid the guy's arms out. Like, I was just like, that's a terrible play.
Yeah,
like you shouldn't be a starter in the NFL, and that's unfortunately like we are very top heavy as a team. The Eagles, like, they had depth last year. That's definitely gone, like beyond belief. Like the offensive line is kind of a microcosm of that, right? Like they don't have a ton of depth, and like to have Ringo in that game with a terrible PI that kind of ended the game pretty much. Like, I heard dude. By the way, Thursday night announcers is
Kirk Herbstreit and and Al Michaels.
Is Al still alive?
Al is having some problems.
Let's get a pine box ready for that fella. But sorry, but I'm kind of shitty tonight. But like, man,
we are salty and for good reason.
But no, when they were like, they got to stop him here or the game's over. It's like, no shit, Al. My God,
exactly.
And thanks, Herbie, whatever the fuck your name is. Like, that was after the Phillies lost the game, so I was yelling at the screen.
I know. Yeah.
My son was like, "Why are you so mad?" I'm like, "Don't you? You're my son. How do you not know this?" But yeah, just watching that play, you're like, "Oh my God!" Like this is what? How do we go from the Super Bowl to Kylie Ringo? Covering the 4th string receiver.
Keely, not Kylie.
I don't give a shit.
I know. and special teams just is a mess too in this game. Special teams has been okay in general, but my God, Tank Bigsby hasn't done a thing since being traded to the Eagles. In fact, bobbling way too many balls on kick returns, bobbled a kick return right before the half, put the Eagles in terrible field position when the Eagles could have potentially gotten at least a field goal. They traded 2 draft picks for him. Howie, that one is on you for sure. And I'll say this too, aside from the blocked, the punt block from a couple weeks ago for a touchdown, Sidney Brown is one of the gunners, hasn't done anything on this team, constantly missing tackles. He is just over play. I mean, when he is running down, being a gunner, trying to get the a punt returner, just running right by him constantly. It's the type of crap we're seeing from guys just not contributing. And again, the team is just flat.
Weren't we excited about Sidney Brown like a year or two ago?
Yeah, a little while ago. I can't believe he's still on the team. It really amazes me.
I think I must have less gray hair when I was excited for him because he sucks balls too.
Yes.
No, every aspect of this team is like it's like just subpar. It's like not mediocre, not subpar. It's like right down there.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just talk about it. They could be 2-4 so easily. Like
absolutely.
The Cowboys game was what, 3 points. The Chiefs game was 20-17.
Yeah.
They should have lost the Rams game. They could have easily lost the Bucks game. Like that's just where this team is. Like, it's pretty obvious to me. Like 4-2 is kind of a gift.
Yeah,
at this point.
It is.
I'm kind of looking forward to the bye week. I don't know where the hell it is, but like
there's a couple more games before the bye week.
Yeah. And that's the problem with this. Like the schedule is hard.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't get any easier. Like this was supposed to be the game. Like you call it like the get right game.
Yeah.
But you said the get wrong game.
Get wrong game.
Good one, shit turd.
Yes.
But man, they had to win this game. Just so because the schedule gets so much harder going forward. So
yeah, it does. It does. I don't even know where to go. We gave our grades. F to everybody. F to everybody. To everybody. I'm still
F right up the A, the whole team.
I mean, we had to watch the Philadelphia Phillies implode. And look, I know this is an Eagles post-game show. We're not going to get into it too much. We're going to end this in a couple minutes here, but
we have to talk about it.
I know
it's just it's the dark cloud hanging over the.
I said to you right before hitting the record button. Yeah, Ryan Kerkering, just what a boneheaded move, and the worst way to end that game. But you know what? The offense put up one freaking run.
I know,
in an elimination type of game. In that moment, and with Christopher Sanchez, the way that he pitched, and they put up one run. We're talking Turner, Schwarber, Harper, and doing a whole lot of nothing in this divisional series from those guys. You know, from an overall picture standpoint, those are the guys. That is why the Phillies are not going to the NLCS, because of those freaking guys. And yes, Kerkering stunk it up right there at the end, but it's the majority of it goes to the offense.
Take away game 3, the top 3 of the lineup went like what, 0-50 pretty much. Like,
basically.
Just dreadful. Can I quick read my brother, huge Phillies fan?
Yeah. What did he say?
Text he sent me after I sent him the gif of the guy shooting himself in the head after the Phillies game. He doesn't actually do it.
It doesn't actually show it, folks. Okay?
No.
Yes.
But like, my brother just texts back, Kerkering is a loser with a loser face who made a loser play.
Oh.
I was like, you know what, Big Red?
Brutal.
That's a great text.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly how I felt in the moment. I mean, again, it's not his fault. Like, how the hell do you not get like 2 runs?
Yes. Yeah.
And just what a punch to the gut. But like,
their bullpen is not the best. The Dodgers bullpen is not that great.
But they held up. Like they did their thing, and like, I don't want to hear any more Castellanos hate. Fuck all y'all.
Yes. I'm
a Casty guy. I know. I always have been,
and I've always defended him too.
Me too. And he knocked in a run tonight. Was key to the game 3 comeback, and I'm afraid Thompson's probably gone, because like, what else can you do? Like there's no changes to be made, but they have to make something, right? Like I'm sure like the owner's like, all right, every year,
what the hell do we do?
Yeah, and he's got to be the one change. I don't know who you bring in, but like,
we're gonna get into it more. We'll get into it more on our future shows. We've got our shows coming up this week.
Was this a post-game show, Jeff? I don't even know. I know.
I don't even know what the hell we're doing.
You were right, by the way. And I'm sure your text earlier was like, "Fuck the sports companies for this, like Eagles, Phillies, and Flyers.
Yes.
I was excited about it, but when I saw your text, I'm like, he's right. This sucks ass.
Yes.
I had to put a TV on my kitchen table to watch the Eagles and Phillies at the same time. It sucks ass.
Going back and forth with the Flyers too. They lost their opening game of the season. It's like, oh my gosh. But I mean, they were tied, and then third period. Just this is rough, man. Rough.
Well, don't worry, man. The Sixers are going to go 30-52. We're all can't wait.
It's going to be grand. It really will be.
Can't wait for the first game where Embiid has like 2 ice bags on his knees, and Paul George is in a fucking like tuxedo. Like, God, not playing. I'm so annoyed.
He just brings a podcast mic out on the floor. He's like, guys, we're going to be podcasting live from center court.
Yo, Embiid, you bored? Yeah, me too.
Had them knees.
He puts the mic to his knees.
He does. You just
not
hear
good.
The crackling,
like peanut brittle.
Oh God!
What a mess!
All right, it is a mess, folks.
You know what,
do it
Jeff? By the way,
yeah,
we've been so positive on the show the past few weeks.
We have.
We're right in our wheelhouse now.
We are.
This is where we should have been.
Yep.
We're Philadelphia sports fans. This is exactly how it works.
Exactly. So. If you're listening on audio, head on over to YouTube. You can see our names on here. Eric is boo, and I'm shit turd. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us. Giants beat the Eagles 34-17. Week 6 here. I don't think week 7 is going to be any better, but we're going to be covering it. We're going to be covering it. So I'm not even going to put up the social sites. Just search out the Philadelphia Sports Table and you'll get our stuff if you want to. It's going to be it.
What a close. I love it.
All right, folks. We'll catch you next time.